Let's get it. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy SP the Ghost, LOX B-Block. Right now I'm trapping in the trap house, you know what I'm saying? You want to hear what's going down, want to hear the hot interviews, you want to hear the hot songs, you want to hear what's popping in the street, hit the trap house up. Ghost love the trap house. Big shout out to all my folks in the trap house. Salute, B-Block. Nigga, this is one gunplay Don Logan. I'm out of this world. Welcome to my motherfucking universe. I'm Jupiter Jack and I represent 2M's murder, mayhem, millions, Maseratis, motherfucker making miracles. Money motivated, Miami material. And right now you tune in to the motherfucking trap house, nigga. It's your boy Ellie Brother Dunn. I'm officially rocking with Trap House Rock Show. The VidLevel.com all day, every day. From the A-Town to North Cape to South Cape. From the Midwest to up north, down south, everywhere we rocking with it. Ellie Boy.
Yes indeed, it's the Mix King, Ron G. And you're tuned into Trap House Rocks Radio with Miss LB and Z Numpstar. You heard?
What up, it's your boy Slim Thugger, and you're checking out Trap House Rock, man. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Lil Lazy Bone, rocking out, man, right here on the Trap House Rock radio station. Y'all know what it is, Bone Thug style, baby. Say what's happening, man? It's your boy Shout out LO, right now on Trap House Rocks. Yeah, you already know what it is. You know what I'm about. It's the homie Mail checking in about that life, homie. And we riding out with Trap House Rock right now. Live and direct, man. Real recognize real. Let's get to it. Yep. It's your man Bill Dance, one half of the world's famous MOP Firing Squad. I'm not just in the building. I built this motherfucker and I know my way around. Now, we in the Trap House.
Yeah, we gotta let that rock for a second. Y'all already know what it is. We got Freeway Ricky Ross on the line with us. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. Just chilling out, you know what I'm saying? Working.
It's an honor to have you here with us in the Trap House tonight.
Likewise. You know, it's always good when we put our heads together, you know what I'm saying? Because we all fighting that machine right now.
That's right, man. Well, the first question I have is, what made you want to venture out into this music business?
Well, you know, I've been messing with the music really for a while, since the early 80s, man. Okay. You know, I paid for Anita Baker's first album through Debbie Ben Music. I was part owner of that company anonymously, though. You know, nobody knew that I was behind the scenes, but I was putting up the money for the company. So I've been messing with the music for quite a while.
Yeah,
that's incredible right there.
And would have probably been the king of rap had I not listened to two veterans, well, really three veterans in the business that talked me out of going with rap, and you know, they wanted me to finance their companies. So instead of me doing the rap, you know, I put the money in Anita Baker's album.
Okay.
And a couple other projects that they were doing.
Man, that's incredible, man, to know that you was behind such a legendary artist like that. That's crazy, real talk.
Yeah, man. While I was at the cutting edge, too, of hip-hop in L.A., man, I mean, you know, I was up at Dre's a couple weeks ago, and we were talking, and I was telling him when DJ Pooh had first tried to get me to do an album for him, and Dre told me that he probably was in that apartment the day that I came over.
That's crazy.
Because I described the apartment to him, and he was like, man, I probably was one of them dudes, man, all over the floor. Because, you know, I went in the apartment, it was like young kids everywhere, man. Yeah, wires running. And I was like, wow, this is what rap is. You know, and then I would go back with Otis and Dick Griffey, and you know, they in these great big studios, and it's like, who you gonna take advice from, these young kids or these dudes who got gold and platinum albums on their walls? And so I fell victim to the establishment.
Yes, sir. Definitely happens, man. Oh, it's so many things that the people want to know, man. That we, you know, like, period, man. Like, I know there was so many things that went on in your life. I know at this time now, this generation knows who Rick Ross is, and not just because of this MC, but because we have things like the BET Gangster series and, you know, documentaries out there. And I wonder if these kids really realize what type of person Freeway Ricky Ross really is, more than, you know, with the TV shows about all the gangster shit and all that.
No, they don't really know. If they really knew, you know what I'm saying, what I stood for, they would throw rocks at this cat, man, that's going on.
Real talk.
Perpetrating this fraud on our people. I think that he's doing a disrespect, you know, not only to me, but to everybody. I was really disappointed, too, with the article that Big Meech did, you know, being in his situation, that he would come on and really co-sign for this cat. You know, because I talked to Meech, you know, well, I used to talk to Meech before the penitentiary had told me that I could no longer do it, or they were going to send me back to prison. Meech used to call me, you know, every other week or so. So, you know, to hear him make that comment, and I know how I felt when I was locked up, man. It was like, man, it's me against, you know, everybody that worked for the government, for real.
Right.
You know, I don't want, you know, and at times it would even be me against even my lawyer, because, you know, he was bound by the court, you know. So it was only certain things that I could do and say to him as a lawyer, because his first obligation was to that system that was paying his rent.
Yeah. It's so, like, me, I'm definitely a different breed, man. I grew up with the father that was like, he shared so many similarities to you, you know what I mean? So I was definitely aware of a lot of people before, you know, they hit TV in a major way, you know what I'm saying? As far as my dad was in the game kind of heavy, so names were thrown around a lot when I was younger, and to definitely look in deeper into your movement and see the things that you were trying to do in a positive manner and know what type of person you were is what intrigued me to really reach and find out more and more and more and more. And I kind of like did without being in school and all that shit, because really this is like you know, you have to really know about the person you're interviewing and the person you're interested in. So I did like research, like I was doing a book report, and I felt you more as a person, as a human being, like you did and still are doing a lot of incredible things that I feel like the people really need to know about. You know what I mean? And it's definitely.
I agree, man. Because our kids, you know, I go around and I talk to our kids, and man, they just don't believe that they're important. You know, they don't believe that they're special, man. And it's bad, you know, when you beat the people down so bad that they don't believe that their life really counts, or that the person next to them life really counts. I mean, that's how they can kill each other so easily and do some of the things that they do to each other so easily, because they've been made to believe that this black life is nothing. You know, it's not worth an ounce of cocaine or a piece of gold or a pair of Air Jordans. You know, it's bad, man, when it's like that, or that it's not worth a Lexus car or a pair of wheels. You know, and these are all the things that our people are putting value on right now, and really devaluing the black life.
Yes,
right.
Sir.
So true.
It's a blessing that we have, you know, foundations like the Freeway Foundation, and have you go out there and talk to these kids and let them know the real deal.
Yeah, it is. I think so too. I think it's so important, and that's why I fight so hard to do that. You know, you would think that they would want drug education in every school. You know, that they would come up with some type of curriculum to start, you know, just teaching these kids about drugs, where they don't find out on the street from their friends. Because, you know, when their friend put it, he gonna put his own twist on it. So I think what I'm doing with the Freeway Literacy Foundation is very important. And, you know, I'm just sad that more people are not really getting on board and supporting. You know, this country still believes that they can incarcerate their way out of this drug war. We've been fighting this war for over 50 years now, and it hasn't loosen up. All we've done is crowd at the penitentiaries, overcrowded the penitentiaries, where we're letting child molesters out of prison, rapists, robbers, and here these guys are selling drugs, and they're committing what the law book says is victimless crimes.
Yes, sir.
Meaning that nobody got hurt, that nobody's gonna come in and say, "Oh, well, he sold me drugs, and you know, I want him to go to prison." You know, so these are victimless crimes, and you know, we got over 600,000 young black men in prison right now for selling drugs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, with that being said, like another interesting thing about your life and you know, the things that you went through, like we were always told, like, you know, that the government was bringing in drugs and this, that, and the third. Until your situation, until your story got out to the masses, I really did not. I guess I didn't really grasp the thought of, all right, we knew that the government was bringing in drugs, but when they started telling your story and, you know, this Danilo Blandone and how at the end of the day, how his situation went and he gets released after 2 years and all this political asylum and all this crazy shit, like the things that the government was doing as far as this Iran-Contra and all this other shit, like it's way deeper. Like these people, regardless of how much money you made and seen, we still at the bottom of the totem pole because these officials and these government people are controlling everything. And no matter what we move on the street or what, you know, if somebody becomes a kingpin or something, like they try to pin you with these situations like you were the crack king, this, that, and the third. Like when the bigger crack king was this actual government, you know what I mean, that we call United States. People say the land of the free and home of the brave, but they are fucking entrapping the people here when they're doing the setting up, basically, period. And I really got to really pay attention to that when looking at your case and the things that you was going through. And I was like, man, like, it's unbelievable that the things that these people will do to get money, and then us that's are at the bottom of the totem pole, we pay for it.
Yeah. Well, you know, in this case, it looks like the government got the win from both ends.
Indeed.
Because, they were able to raise the money from selling drugs for the Contras, and then they were able to arrest the undesirable people, the people that they didn't want on the street in the first place, and then put them in prison slave camps.
Right.
So they would go in there and make product for them at below China prices. You know, that's the only way that they can compete with China is they getting free labor. And under the 13th Amendment, the only way that there can be slavery inside the United States is if you commit a crime. And I think that's why they're changing all these laws, making so many things criminal and felonies right now. Because, you know, once you get that felony on your jacket, man, you stuck. I'm on parole for 7 years right now. And, you know, they want to put me in there for things like coming in contact with felons, taking phone calls from prison. You know, it's just crazy stuff.
Well, that's crazy, man. I want to move into a little bit of the future. I want to move into this Freeway music group, and I got to let the people know, when we were bringing him on the show, we heard a track called "I'm the Man" by K.O. Could you tell us a little bit about K.O.?
Well, you know, K.O. is my nephew, and he's been pushing for a while. You know, I really didn't pay much attention, you know, when you got home. You know, it's usually the people that's closest to you that you don't pay attention to.
Right.
And people kept telling me, man, your nephew, you helping all these other dudes. You trying to help all these other dudes. Oh, man, your nephew, he's the one. He's the one. So a couple of my nephews, they got together, and they the Freeway music group. And, you know, the word just kept coming back to me, you know, because I'm real big on doing for yourself and not sitting around waiting on these record labels or some, you know, great white hope to fall out of the sky and rescue you and take you and give you $1 million and sell your records for you. So I'm really big on these guys getting out in these streets, you know, creating their own buzz and you know, owning yourself. You know, and if you do go with the record labels, go on your own terms, you know, don't go on the terms that they want you on. But, you know, Lord knows we don't know what all these people are doing, you know, to our people to get these deals.
Right.
But I kept hearing about KO, so I had to take notice.
It's definitely a dope track. I'm definitely going to keep that spinning here in the Trap House. We also have another track by KO called Girls, Girls, Girls. We'll play that a little later in the show for the people. T. Scott.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
T. Scott, you have any questions for Freeway Ricky Ross?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. First of all, you know, it's just an honor to be on the show, you know, with you, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's kind of going back towards what we was talking about, the youth and the kids, you know, and, you know, all the movements you're doing for the kids, you know, and I don't know if you actually planned it that way, but, you know, I kind of been perusing around your social network site. So to me, that's like hitting the kids where they live at, because, you know, they, in this day and age, they love the Twitters and the Facebooks and all this and that, and everything is all social. So I don't know, was it part of your plan to hit them in that way, but I personally think that's a great way to actually reach out to the youth, you know, in your own way and help, you know, in little ways, feed them what, you know, what they need to hear.
You see my plan. Well,
all right.
I looked at Facebook, and I knew that Facebook was so powerful, and Facebook could really do a lot of good things for mankind if they were willing to use their power. And I don't believe that they are. So, you know, that's where it's at. But my goal is to take the social network and build it up to a point to where we really could start using it for social change.
Right. I can dig that.
Yes, sir. For real, man. I mean, it's so much that we could talk about with the brother right now, man. It's like I just think that you are an incredible individual, man. Your trials and tribulations, and to getting you, I feel like you never forgot about the people, no matter what time it was in your life. It was still about the people. And
absolutely. You can never forget about the people, because once the people are gone, then there's no more you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, how long can one man last on the earth without other people?
Yes, sir.
That's true. That's true.
Yes, definitely.
What are some of the things
that... About whatever you want to talk about. We can go wherever. You know, I'm an open book.
Yes, I appreciate that too. What are some of the things that you would say to the youth right now, man? Like, I know there's so many of them listening in right now because they are so hip to who Freeway Ricky Ross is, man. And one thing I do want to say is, like, I really do not. I don't respect what the brothers do, as well as, you know, like naming themselves after people and trying to portray someone else's lifestyle when it really isn't them. This goes to so many, because so many people do this. But how does it feel like, in a sense, to be? I never heard the brother say what is it that he really feels, or what made him choose to use that title and run with it. But how does it feel to be idolized? Because there's so many rappers out there that use the name Gotti and they use the name Capone and these mafioso type of names. Like, how did it feel like the first time? What was you feeling when the first time you like, hold up, what they did? They just said his name, Rick Ross. Like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, how did you feel at that moment when you first heard that? That is something that I definitely...
You know, the first time that somebody had named himself after me was Freeway from Philly. And I felt good. You know, I felt the respect, and also, you know, the brother wrote me a letter, and you know, when I was incarcerated, and told me that there was anything that he could do for me, just to let him know, you know, and I felt good about that. With this other guy, the initial feeling was like, wow, this guy thought enough about me to name himself after me, but then he didn't have enough respect for me to write me a letter and let me know.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's like he did it like on the underhand, with an underhanded tone, and, you know, for that, you know, I don't respect that, because that's kind of like he tried to pull the wool over my head.
Yes, sir.
Not only he pulling the wool over, you know, the whole world's head, you know, by claiming that he's Rick Ross, but now he's trying to play me too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, when you try to play me, I get offended.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the rest of the world can do whatever, you know, they can still love it or whatever, but don't play me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, play. If you want to play everybody else, they want to go for it, then cool. Do that. But don't do it to me.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And you know, like real
I ain't
talk.
going for it.
Real talk, like what you're saying is right and exact. Like you would think someone who portrays to be this gangster individual would be gangster enough to say, like, yeah, I need to go holler at that man. Because I know me personally, if I'm going to name myself after the individual, it's because of a purpose. And I would be wanting to be right next or real close to that individual to let him know how much I had that type of respect for him, as well as, you know, I want to use your name and this is what I'm doing and yada, yada, yada. And, you know, I kind of, when he first came out, I was trying to see if that was the boy's government name too, being that the area he was in. I'm like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe he was related or whatever. I didn't really know, man. And it's like when it came to the surface, it was like, wow, like, so I respect everything that you're saying, and I feel exactly the same way, man.
Yeah, well, it's only right. You know what I'm saying? You would think, you know, a guy had did as well off of somebody's name as he's done off of mine. Let me tell you how low down this dude is, man. This dude gives these white lawyers, these Jewish lawyers, $1.2 million
Damn.
to protect my name, so that he can keep my name, and then he had a decency to come to me and say, man, here's $100, man.
Oh Lord.
Wow, that's crazy.
At all.
That's how foul he is with it. He wouldn't gave them people $1.3 million to fight me instead of coming to me saying, man, what would it take for you? And then he made a comment on the radio one time that I was down on my luck. So you know you've been using my name. I'm down on my luck. I'm just getting out of jail. You ain't had a decency to say, man, I'm going to get a brother a hand up. I'm going to give him a child. I'm going to do something for him since he's done so much for me.
And that's real.
True.
Exactly.
That's fucking real. That's fucking
Damn.
real. Real shit. Man, it's so many things that I want to ask. Like, is it true? You know what I mean? We gonna get on. This is the Trap House Rock Show, so I know I got some people tuned in for some trap house shit. Like, is it true that Freeway Ricky Ross once cooked a kilo of cocaine in the microwave?
I done cooked a lot of drugs in the microwave. You know, I came up with better ways in the microwave, man. That was a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
The microwave.
Oh wow.
That was them first microwaves that was big as hell, man.
Yeah, you know, we had the industrial microwaves. We didn't play. Everything we did, we had to go get the industrial lick.
Oh wow.
We was using it plenty and often.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Oh man, it's like those times, man. Like I can honestly say, I was told that back then, which is so different now, because in this age, 2012, like there are so many opportunities for the black and brown man as far as education, and things are a little different. Not much different, but they are a little different. Like what I do respect is when you think about the 60s and the 70s, when we watch movies and we had superheroes like the Shafts and the Truck Turners and all that, it was all about getting it for the people. You feel me? So I like the movement that I do respect about the 80s, and what I do respect about Freeway Ricky Ross is, like I said, you didn't forget about the people. Back then, hustling, a black and brown man didn't have too many fucking ways to get it, period. Not unless you was born fortunate or something. So being put in these situations where we had backs against the wall, I feel like you did it the most, man. Like in doing it, you definitely, even when you felt like at one point when the community was getting fucked up, you was trying to correct it and definitely get the people back where they needed to be. And I felt like they were in fear of that. That's why the government did what they did, man, because they know just as well as they felt like you did a negative, that you could do an incredible positive.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And I think that one of the reasons that they are locking up so many young black drug dealers is because those guys are really entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Those guys are really the leaders of our community. Those are the guys that's going to go out on the front line and put their neck out to find out if it works or not. You know, they're like back in the days, you know, when the Indians was going somewhere, they had scouts. So I look at the young drug dealers as young entrepreneurs, guys that would be willing to put their neck out for the community. And I don't think that they should be incarcerated. I think they should be educated so that not only that they can reform and not sell drugs, but now they can also help uplift our community.
Yeah.
And I believe that most of them want to uplift our community.
I never understood to this day why they get so much time, 10, 15, 20 years for selling drugs, when if nobody was doing the drugs, nobody would buy them. I mean,
you know I make a similar argument that the only way that you could combat this drug problem that we have is with education.
Right.
Because no matter how many drug sellers you lock up, the drug users are going to create new dealers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're going to do it. I mean, I'm a product of users. Users taught me how to sell drugs, not drug dealers. Drug dealers didn't teach me how to sell drugs. It was the users. They told me, do not use the drug. We want you clean.
Yeah.
We don't want you getting high.
Right. Damn.
Yes, sir. I mean, is it true? Like, I mean, what was the? You know, I'll find out from Freeway Rick Ross right now. What was the key thing that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna start hustling some of this or some of that? Like, what was the thing that made you? What was the reason that made you start hustling?
Well, you know what? The first time I ever saw or ever knew about cocaine was the movie Superfly. And when I left that movie theater, for the first time in my life, I had saw a black man that stood up to white men and won. And I believed that he did that through cocaine. That was my mindset, that cocaine had made what he did possible. So from that day on, my mind was already keen to cocaine. It just needed an opportunity to get a hold to it.
Yes, sir. Sir. And like I said, those were the days when we really didn't have so many opportunities, man. Like, you know, it was very uncommon for 10, 12, 50 even kids in your community to be college students. You know what I mean? It was very uncommon to see. Even now, it still is uncommon to see, but it was very uncommon to see a black or brown.
It's more common for a black man to go to prison in college.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, you know, those times were way different. Like when I think about how I was raised, and this is I'm sharing this story with the world right now, and this is not something that I say to too many people, but I remember being 4 years old, and my dad was 19 years old when I was born. So I remember coming from New York back to Jersey, and my dad putting drugs on me, on my person in the vehicle with him, getting me, like, we going back home. And like, as I grew older, I never looked at it like, yo, my dad was trying to play me or he did this.
Right.
At the end of the day, like, it was a time when there were not too many opportunities. He grew up as a young black Latino male, Indian male in this city where there were a lot of things going on. There weren't too many opportunities. At the same time, this man taught me what to do if I ever got caught in the jam, what he didn't want me to do, what he wanted better for me in my life, and all these different things. So it's like growing into a younger man, I escaped jail. I escaped having a record. You know what I mean? I caught a gun charge at one point, but I escaped having a drug record and going through the system and kind of being like my father was, because he somewhat taught me different, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I do understand those were different times than right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I agree.
The respect I have for Freeway Ricky Ross is immaculate, man. Like, really watching this brother and seeing what you was doing with and trying to do with the Freeway Academy, for the kids and the Union Rescue Mission and all these different things, man. And the person that you were in your community, you never let that change you when you were getting money. You still was about the people, man. And that's one thing that I feel in my heart and soul, that you cannot.
Well, you know, that's one of the things now that really pay off, because when I walk these streets, I get so much love, man, that is crazy.
Yes.
And it's not something that I had bargained for. It's just something that just happening, you know, generically. You know, people just really feel that way about me because of how I carried it and how I carried other people, that the word just covered that, you know, man, Rick is a good dude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
We got the utmost respect. Man, it's like really like an honor, man. I know there's so many people out there listening, man, and any of y'all out there listening, if you tune into the Trap House for the music or to learn, because there's so many things that go on here. Like, if you need to study this man, learn about this man, like, for real, and be an incredible individual like Freeway Ricky Ross, man. We definitely salute you on that, brother, and keep striving, man. And we here, so know that.
I'm gonna do that. If anybody wanna check me out, they can go to freewayrick.com, freewayenterprise.com. And also they can hit me on Twitter, Facebook, and where else? I guess that's about it.
I know.
I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to hear from you, so, you know, give me a holler. And also, I'm in the hair business now, too. If there's anybody out there trying to get in the hair business, hit me up about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to corner the market on this hair business and open up some doors for us.
I'm anxious to see where the Freeway music group's going to go. Are there some more artists besides KO that you guys are putting out right now?
Yeah. We got Lano, we got Franco the God. Who else we got? Pitts. Wow, we got about 10 more artists that we're working with. Another one of my nephews, Baby Rome. We deep. We're working with Warren G right now. We're doing a lot of things. You know, we're working on maybe putting together an independent artist union.
Right.
Where we all come together. We also got Freeway Studios, where we're going to be doing independent movies. We're doing a mixtape right now that we're going to be putting together, the American Gangster Tour. The last one, you know, we had like 30 artists on our last mixtape from all over the country. So 8,200 out to Trump. So, you know, we're doing a lot of things. You know, we got some good people around us. And, you know, I just hope that things continue to go in our favor.
Well, I definitely want you guys to always send us tracks that you want in rotation over here by all of those artists, and maybe we can get some of them or all of them through the Trap House at some point in time.
Oh, I appreciate that love, and you know, whenever y'all need me, you know, I'm here. Call me up. I'm gonna holler. I appreciate the love. Thank y'all.